The Awakening with Kelvin podcast season 1 episode 18. Bridges to prosperity, navigating on UK political landscape and its impact on Africa. Welcome dear listeners to another episode of The Awakening with Kelvin Phiri. Today, we delve into the seismic shift that has occurred in the UK political landscape following the general election and explore what these changes could mean for Africa. Let's start by summarizing the breathless last several hours of election drama. Landslide Victory. Labour has triumphed with a landslide victory, securing more than 400 seats. This monumental win mirrors the historic success of Tony Blair's 1997 campaign. Speaking in the early hours, a beaming Prime Minister-elect Sir Keir Starmer declared, "Change begins now. This sweeping victory signifies a new era for the UK, with significant implications for both domestic and international policies." For Africa, a Labour government could mean a renewed focus on development aid, human rights and trade partnerships. Historically, Labour has been more inclined towards policies that promote international cooperation and support for developing countries. We could see increased funding for African initiatives, a stronger stance on climate change, and a push for fairer trade practices that benefit African economies. Ejections of Senior Tories. The Conservative Party has faced a significant upheaval with numerous senior members losing their seats. Notably, Liz Truss, who served as Prime Minister less than 2 years ago, was unseated. Outgoing Chancellor Jeremy Hunt managed to hold on but has now exited Downing Street. In Scotland, the SNP experienced a devastating blow which one ex-MP described as cataclysmic. The fall of such high-profile Conservative figures indicates a dramatic shift in voter sentiment. For Africa, this could mean a departure from the more isolationist and austerity-driven policies that marked recent Conservative administrations. With Labour in power, we might expect a more open approach to immigration, potentially benefiting African diaspora communities in the UK. Additionally, there could be a reversal of cuts to foreign aid, impacting numerous African nations positively. Recriminations and Blame-Game. With the Conservatives moving to the opposition benches, the internal blame game has begun. Former leader Ian Duncan-Smith, who narrowly retained his seat, admitted that the party had lost touch with voters. Meanwhile, former Justice Secretary Robert Buckland pointed to internal conflicts as a major factor in their downfall. The internal strife within the Conservative Party could delay any coherent policy response, giving Labour a stronger hand in shaping the UK's foreign policy. For Africa, this could mean more consistent and supportive policies from the UK government, particularly in areas such as conflict resolution, investment in infrastructure, and support for democratic governance. Impact of Gaza on election. Pro-Palestinian independent candidates have made a noticeable impact, slightly denting Labour's massive majority. Jeremy Corbyn, the former long-term MP and Labour leader, triumphed in Islington North, underscoring the influence of the Gaza issue. In a surprising turn of events, Shadow Paymaster General Jonathan Ashworth lost his Leicester South seat to Shocker Adam, who emphasized the major party's approach to Gaza as a key issue. This election has highlighted the increasing importance of international issues in domestic politics. For Africa, the strong showing of pro-Palestinian candidates could signal a more balanced and principled stance from the UK on global conflicts. This might encourage more equitable and just foreign policies, potentially benefiting African nations involved in or affected by regional conflicts and humanitarian issues. Swings and party shifts. The Liberal Democrats have enjoyed a remarkable resurgence, winning more than 70 seats, their best result in a century. In contrast, the SNP has been decimated, plummeting from 48 seats to just 8. This shift represents a significant realignment in Scottish politics and a challenge to the SNP's dominance. The rise of the Liberal Democrats could lead to more progressive and inclusive policies within the UK government. Their success might push for more green policies and social justice initiatives, which could have positive spillover effects for Africa. For instance, stronger environmental policies in the UK could lead to increased support for sustainable development projects in Africa. Breakthroughs for minor parties. In a notable development, Nigel Farage finally secured a Westminster seat on his 8th attempt, with Reform UK winning 4 seats. The Greens also matched this figure, marking a significant achievement for smaller parties. The presence of these smaller parties could diversify the political landscape and introduce new voices into the UK Parliament. For Africa, this could mean a broader range of advocacy and support, especially from the Greens, who have historically pushed for more robust environmental policies and ethical trade practices. Reform UK's influence remains to be seen, but their presence could shake up traditional political dynamics. As we reflect on these dramatic changes, we must consider their implications for Africa. The UK, a major global player, influences international policies and aid. Labour's victory may bring shifts in trade, foreign aid, and diplomatic relations with African nations. We will continue to monitor these developments closely and discuss their potential impact in future episodes. Thank you for tuning in to The Awakening with Kelvin Phiri. Stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, keep awakening.